Let's use another method to place our main camera at a new location. If the main camera is not active, activate it by Alt-clicking on it in the plan view. Control-click a new location a little west of where it is now. An input request box will pop up giving you the current terrain elevation at that point. Let's place our camera a few hundred meters above the ground at 2,075 meters. Rotate the main camera view so you get something like mine. Save the project. Run a preview render of the main camera. Click and drag around the rendered scene and watch the diagnostic data window. It's giving us values for each pixel in the render. So far, we only have two components, Island Ground Effect and Island Sky. See the radio buttons along the right side of the window? RGB HSV is currently selected, which is the normal color channel we're used to seeing in images. You can also look at other buffers or channels in the render like Normal, Illumination, and Slope. The sliders at the bottom of the window scale the range of buffers shown in grayscale. Aside from seeing your renders in a different light, so to speak, these buffers give you useful visual terrain information. We won't be using them just yet, so click back into RGB space. Let's do something about that dull gray ground effect. Go to the Land Cover task mode and expand the bold categories. We have an environment, which all projects must have, a ground effect, and two image objects. Open the ground effect editor by double-clicking it in the scene at a glance, or double-click terrain covered with it in the preview render. If you go to the materials page, you'll see that the ground is gray because that's what its diffuse color is. We can click on the color well, open the new color editor, and choose a different color. Instead, let's use one of the pre-built components that comes with WCS. Click the Component Gallery button on the right side of the editor to open the gallery to the Ground Effects section. Find the Mars Ground component and double-click it to load it. Save the project and run another preview render. It's starting to look more like real terrain thanks to the Mars Ground effect. Now when we click on the terrain, the diagnostic data tells us it's covered with the Mars Ground component. We'll use a simple ecosystem from the component gallery to add trees to our up-and-coming island paradise. Right-click the Ecosystems category in the Scene at a Glance and select the Add Component from Gallery option. When the component gallery opens, make your way to the last page and load the Spruce Fir Forest. When the Load Ecosystem box pops up asking if you want to scale the elevation line to the current DEM, click Yes. We'll look at ecosystems more in a later section, but for now let's just look at the Rules page. We use the rules of nature to tell WCS what terrain polygons to place the ecosystem on. These rules give the ecosystem an upper elevation line well above our DEM and place it on polygons with a maximum slope of 45 degrees and a minimum slope of 0 degrees. For more information on these and the other rules of nature, use the F1 key to check out the interactive reference manual. Save the project, and let's see how this looks with another preview render. So where's our spruce fir forest? Just having an ecosystem in the project does not add it to our scene. We have to attach it to a vector, color map, or environment so WCS knows where to place the ecosystem. Since we don't want to limit the lateral extent of the ecosystem, we'll add it to the default environment, which has a global effect. Expand the Ecosystems category in a Scene at a Glance, select Spruce Fir Forest, and click, drag, and drop it on the island environment. When asked, confirm that you want to add the ecosystem to the environment. Open the Island Environment Editor to the Ecosystems page, and you'll see the Spruce Fir Forest. Save your project and run a preview render. The Spruce Fir Forest ecosystem is made up of 24 image objects of grass, weeds, and trees. You may have noticed them added to the Scene at a Glance image object category, as the ecosystem was loaded from the component gallery. The best place to access them is from the Image Object Library, which you can open from the upper toolbar. Here you can add and remove image objects and edit image properties. To optimize image loading and render time, go to the Keep in Memory section above the thumbnail, select Load Fast, and Apply to All. This will create fast-loading file versions of the image objects. We're done with the Image Object Library, so close it out for now.